Well, it was a repeat of the last two finals in the HBL PSL. The Multan Sultans, they were taking on the Lahore Qalandars, and after electing to bat the Qalandars, they put on 166, but it simply wasn't enough when Iftikhar Ahmed and Mohammad Rizwan came to the crease. They managed to chase it down with 6 balls remaining. A big 5-wicket win for the guys who've been runners-up to Lahore Qalandars for the last 2 seasons in a row, and didn't they love it? What a wonderful performance it was by the Multan Sultans. The home crowd here at the Multan Cricket Stadium were absolutely glowing with that wonderful performance. You could just feel the atmosphere, the electricity of the performance, and you could feel how much it meant to the players as well. As we welcome you back to the pitchside studio to unpack all of the incredible action we've just seen today, we're very lucky to have Usama Mir from the Multan Sultans alongside us, and of course Bazir Khan. Osama, my word, you could feel the tension at the end there, but Iftikhar Ahmed, he comes out and has a blinder of an innings. What did you think of what we just saw?
Yeah, that was incredible innings. I told to Tayyip Tahir, like, that's a Iftimania show. Iftimania will finish the game. So yeah, so I have a gut feeling because Iftimania have done this lot of time in for Pakistan team and domestic in domestic as well. So yeah, and also Rizvi bhai, when he came in timeout, and he just told us to just keep believing, we will win the game. And yes, we all the boys was just believing, and everyone supporting to Iftimania and Hushta.
Oh, believe and you will receive with Iftikhar Ahmed. As we relive that 19th over, he took Zaman Khan downtown. Bazir Khan, let's release some of these shots, because 19 runs came off the over. It was unbelievable hitting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was helped by this one, Fakhr just letting one through, but he was always looking for that length. He always so strong once he gets into that zone of maneuvering himself and then actually hitting towards the leg side. That last shot was very controlled as well, but he's got so much power. He's one of those players who can clear the boundary, any boundary, from about mid-off to square leg. So the range is so big that any sort of length is going to disappear. And you could just see it in his eyes that he wanted it so badly. And even afterwards, the interview, he said that once Zaman was bowling, I knew that I'm going to take him down and take him down easy.
Oh, he did. It was actually 24 runs they got off that 19th over, which really broke the back of that run chase. But Osama, I want to talk to you about your captain, Mr. Energetic himself, Mohammad Rizwan. He got dropped by Shaheen on 40, and he goes on to make a player of the match performance. You know, what did you make of his innings, and what was the intensity he was bringing into this match today? Because it was a big one. Qalandars, it's a grudge match.
Yeah, you know, they're bowling really well. They were bowling really well. So Rizvi bhai was standing in the crease. So we have faith on Rizvi bhai that if he in the crease, he will finish the game. And yeah, luckily Shaheen dropped his catch, and yeah, and he made it worth it. And yeah, he finished the game. He not finished the game, but he put our team in a good situation, and if they finish the game.
What type of a captain is he as well? We know he seems to have so much energy and passion behind the stumps, but you know, how does he like to lead?
Yeah, he's a great leader. He never let the players down. He always give a confidence and support. And for me, every time he just came to me and said, "You will our turning point, and you will our game changer. You will get a wicket. You will squeeze the runs as well, and everything." He just gave me a confidence. And yeah, if you have this kind of captain, you will bowl like differently. Yeah.
We'll come to your bowling next, but firstly, tell me, why can't anybody catch in the Multan Stadium? What's the problem?
We'll go to see the doctor to see our hands, or what's the problem in our hands or in our eyes, or I don't know.
It's not only Multan, it's everybody. But through this, now 3 games in Multan, you bowled really well. And what's apparent is that you've dragged your length back. You're almost bowling short of length every delivery. Is that a ploy? Is that something you bowl because of the pitch?
No, if you see Focus Zaman front foot strike rate higher than the back foot strike rate. So it's our plan. We made a plan in a meeting to don't bowl fuller to Fakhr because he's a very strong striker when he play in front foot. So we purposely bowl in the back foot areas where he was uncomfortable.
And the wicket, Van der Dusen, that was flighted and spun.
Yeah. I tried to few balls spin, but one closer to him when he hit a six. So then obviously Rizzi Bhai came to me. Rizzi Bhai gave me a confidence and just back your skills and ball again. You will get his wicket and yeah.
And I just want to chat to you about, you as a bowler as well. Obviously, you get the wicket of Rassie van der Dusen. He's a world-class player. He plays for South Africa. You get to see a lot of him. But are you someone who really meticulously makes bowling plans for specific players? Or, do you play the pitch on its merit, the ball on its merit? How do you like to come up against these big, huge international stars of the game?
We in our meeting and our coach David Parson and Alex Hartley, they send me every individual player's stats and everything, which quite kind of helpful. So yeah, just we'll see Rassie van der Dusen where he struggled and where he is strong zone. So all all these things in my mind. So I bowled according to the batsman and fielding as well.
Well, Osama, you might want to look away now because we do want to go through some of those dropped opportunities in the field, Buzzard. And I don't know what was happening with the lights here at the Multan Cricket Stadium, but it looked like it was really hard to judge the depth perception, and a lot of these really high balls did actually go down tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to figure out why, because everybody, it's not just one player, it's everybody who's struggling with the high ball especially. It's almost like if you get more time to think about it, it's less chance you're going to catch it, and it's become a theme.
He didn't like that one, watching that back.
It's just become a theme, hasn't it? It goes up and it goes down and it gets dropped.
What comes up must come down. But, Multan Sultans, you do a lot of things really well, but perhaps maybe a little bit more time in fielding drills. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Inshallah, in next game you will see the difference. We will do a lot of catching practice tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe the day game will be better.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe.
Won't have to worry about the light towers. It has to be said, it is very difficult to catch at night. We know it's very hard to judge the ball. How do you train for those specific sorts of catches?
Definitely, we will practice under the lights and we'll do more catches and more drills, more fielding drills, and to make sure ourselves that we'll take the catch in next game. Definitely, yeah. So yeah, hopefully practice will make a man perfect. So we will do a lot of practice, inshallah.
Well, being a very hard taskmaster, you've been wonderful with the ball for the Multan Sultans. All 3 games so far this season. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you joining us. We'll let Osama go, but we will now relive the wickets that fell tonight. And, there were quite a few of them, Buzzard Khan, as we go right back to the beginning of the day. Lahore Qalandars, they elected to bat first, and we know that sometimes batting first can be the recipe for success here in Multan, but unfortunately not to be today. They lost wickets.
Yeah, it wasn't a simple wicket. We saw that whoever came in struggled with timing. Very few players actually got the timing right throughout the innings, and even with the back end, the big hits weren't exactly timed and the ball wasn't skidding onto the bat, and that made it difficult to set it up and also difficult to get boundaries away consistently.
It absolutely did, and at the end of the day, the total that they put on the board, it simply wasn't enough tonight, considering they got there with 6 balls to spare. Mike Hazeman joins us. Hazy, what a wonderful game of cricket we just saw.
I mean, it was just fascinating. It was a terrific game. It had so many different facets to it. At one stage, I thought we needed to take a bit of a breather out there. In the commentary box, there was so much going on. But, I mean, that's why we love T20 cricket. It just had absolutely everything in the game. I mean, I thought the start of the game was magnificent. And just listen to Osama chat there. I mean, one of the things which is so important, I think, in what he has done, there's no doubt there was a strategy today that they were going to try and take him down as soon as he came into the attack, and they just couldn't do it. He was too good. Yeah, he got Rassie out, and that was really important. But they tried to get after him from ball 1, and he's just too good. He's just bowled beautiful at the moment.
And, we always say that catches win matches, and in the situation for Lahore Qalandars, unfortunately, that probably was the difference. We'd have to say the moment was dropping Rizwan, wasn't it, on 40?
Yeah, that should have been taken. Should have been taken quite comfortably, I think. I mean, Shaheen Shah Afridi was sitting that change room. He'll be thinking that, one. The other thing, I think, and that was to his strong hand as well, and he was a little bit off balance, and that was the problem. But the other thing I think that was a real turning point in the game was the fact that he had to bowl that third over when he was trying to get Rizwan out with that third over. Normally bowl 2, and he'd hold himself back for 2 at the end. So there's nothing in the tank to come back with. And he had 6 balls to make a difference at the end. And I think that was a big change. And Rizwan getting through those 3 overs and making sure that Afridi didn't get him out, gave him a boost. And then he realised at the end that was going to pay dividends. So I think that was really important.
Absolutely. It's been consistently good performances from the bowling unit. No matter what the score they've had to defend, they've managed to get the job done. But if you had to put your finger on what you think the recipe for success has been for the Sultans now, they're 3-zip. No losses. It's a fantastic way to start the tournament. Now, what do you put that down to?
I mean, they seem to be a really close unit. I mean, that's the one thing that that stands out to me. I mean, and I've seen it over the years as well. I mean, obviously, I wasn't here last year, but the year before I was here, and I think that's perhaps the big difference. They obviously like the captaincy that Rizwan provides, and I think he really makes sure that they work as nicely as a tight unit. I think that's important.
They do find a way. They do find a way to win, and that shows because of the fact that they've actually given more responsibility to their local fast bowlers, like Muhammad Ali, for instance. There's a lot of responsibility on him to bowl up top and at the back end. Now, on the contrary, Lahore Qalandars, Hazy, Rashid Khan not there. But what has gone wrong for them? Suddenly, it's not that potent bowling side. Suddenly, it's not that fearsome Lahore Qalandars side anymore.
I think they were a little bit rusty in the first game they played, and I think that was a bit of a problem for them. And obviously losing that first one was a big blow. Then they lost the second one as well. But they were wayward with their lines when they were bowling, and they didn't seem to have any strategy when they played in that first game. I think also the fielding wasn't great in that first game. So they couldn't pull it back for that second game. And I think now it's going to be really hard going down in another tight one. So this is going to be tough. You lose tight ones in a row, and it makes it difficult for them. It really does make a difference to the team.
Now, it's all about momentum. This is a game of such small margins. In the end, though, Multan Sultans, they were victorious over the Lahore Qalandars in the grudge match today. It was a wonderful game of cricket, but the HBL PSL is just getting started. Re-roll into match 8 tomorrow. It's the Quetta Gladiators who've had a wonderful start to the tournament as well. They're up against Islamabad United, who did just come off a loss. That is coming to you live tomorrow from 6:38 p.m. local time at the Gaddafi Cricket Stadium. Gents, it's been an absolutely wonderful night of cricket. Thank you so much for your time. It's been a good night, hasn't it?
Pleasure. It's been great. It's been wonderful. Wonderful.
It's been good. Just this final part hasn't been great, but the rest has been brilliant.
I saw Baz smiling at one stage today, actually, so that was a big plus too.
And you need a rest because you're on the first 5 overs of that second innings. But that's all we have for tonight here. Thank you so much for your company and joining us at home. Tune in tomorrow for plenty more HBL PSL 9 action. It's been a pleasure.